we have with us senior BJP leader and former political advisor to Omar Abdullah, Mr. Devinder Singh Rana. Mr. Rana, first of all, many thanks for speaking to India today. Mr. Rana, you must have watched that interview, you must have heard that interview that I did with National Conference President Dr. Farooq Abdullah, and he, said that he was going, to fight Lok Sabha elections. His party was going to fight the Lok Sabha elections alone, and he made a very significant, statement in that particular interview. He said that in the near future, all his options will be open, and he may even consider, rejoining NDA, because once National Conference was part of the NDA during Atal Bihari Vajpayee's time. According to you, what has led to this sudden change?
See, Farooq Saab's statement does not surprise me because National Conference has always been very, very keen to join hands with the BJP. They were a part of the NDA, and in 2014 also, the National Conference made a very vehement effort to form the government with the BJP, and Mr. Omar Abdullah led the talks and the leadership of the BJP. At that point of time, also when Dr. Farooq Abdullah was in London, and Mr. Omar Abdullah led the talks, and he had a meeting with a top dignitary of the BJP at that point of time, and the talks were rejected. But the National Conference was very, very keen, I can tell you, with a lot of confidence.
Including Mr. Omar Abdullah.
Everybody was very, very keen to form the government in 2014. And thereafter, when late Mufti Muhammad Saeed Saab expired, and there was a gap, Dr. Abdullah is on record having made an offer in Katra. He told the media also that he's ready to form the government with BJP, but still the BJP at that point of time also did not accept the offer made by Dr. Farooq Abdullah and the National Conference, and I'm privy to it because I was part of that whole thing. And Dr. Farooq Abdullah has been very keen to have a tie-up with the BJP, but
Mr. Rana, sorry to interrupt you there. You are saying that in 2014, after the assembly elections, National Conference was very keen, in having a tie-up with the BJP, post-poll alliance.
Very keen.
And you said that it was Omar Abdullah who was leading the negotiations from National Conference. And who was, leading negotiations from the BJP?
I will not get into the details of it, but I am telling you that Mr. Omar Abdullah and me, we went to Delhi together, and
why didn't this, alliance materialize?
The claim was not accepted by the BJP.
What was the reason?
I will not get into the details. It is not proper for me to get into the details, but this much I can tell you that National Conference was very keen in 2014 to form the government with the BJP, and the BJP did not accept.
And what was the proposal? Was, rotational CM?
I don't want to get into the details, but I can only tell you that it was not on National Conference conditions that it was rejected. The BJP did not accept at that point of time. The leadership did not accept our claim.
What was the reason?
I will not get into the details of that. But they rejected the claim or the request of the. I would rather say they rejected the request of the National Conference to join hands with the
BJP leadership.
That's right. And even post pre-370, there were attempts made to reach out to the BJP to form an alliance, a strategic alliance, but it didn't work out. And even post 370, I'm telling you with a lot of confidence that even post 370, lot of effort was made by the National Conference top leadership to reach out to the BJP.
You were also part of the negotiations?
Till about the time I was in the National Conference, I was quite an important part of the attempt to reach out to the BJP.
You are making a big revelation, but it would be better
It's a fact which is known also, and I think
it would be better if you can specify the reasons, you know.
I will not get into the reasons and all, but this is something which is very, very, everybody is aware of it.
So tell me one thing that, you know, whatever has happened in the past has happened, but what will happen in future? Because Mr. Farooq Abdullah has clearly said that in near future, he may, you know, ally with the BJP. Although later, after that interview, after that interview, Omar Abdullah addressed a press conference. He tried to do some firefighting, and he said that National Conference is very much part of the India bloc, and there is no question of, you know, joining the NDA. So, I mean, Mr. Farooq Abdullah is saying that all options will be open in the future, but Mr. Omar Abdullah is categorically denying that nothing of that sort is going to happen. So why are contradictory statements coming from the top leadership of the National Conference?
That you can check with them, but all I can tell you is that repeated attempts have been made by the National Conference. While I was a part of the National Conference, I know for sure and can tell you on absolute truth that repeated attempts have been made by the top leadership of the National Conference to somehow reach out to the BJP. It never worked because the BJP at that point of time never ever accepted the requests. I'm using the word requests with a lot of kind of requests, because I was also at times a part of those requests, but somehow the BJP never agreed to that. I'm telling you, till the time I was a part of the...
Mr. Rana, since now you are part of the BJP, what is the reason that BJP is not accepting, as you are claiming, National Conference's requests?
I've told you that post my joining, I have no knowledge about what has been done, but I'm telling you that even till after the post-abrogation of Article 370, regular attempts were made by the top leadership.
Even in the last few months?
Last few months, I won't know, because the National Conference has made any attempt. But I'm sure if Dr. Farooq Abdullah has said what he has said, he's probably suggesting this and probably...
trying to send feelers to the BJP leadership?
Feelers have what feelers have to be sent. He has always been he and the leadership, entire leadership of the National Conference has been always running up to the BJP leadership to take them on, but it has not worked. I'm telling you, till about the time I was in the National Conference, I know.
But Mr. Rana, many political observers are saying that, you know, Farooq Abdullah is facing ED heat, and that is why he's now trying to, you know, come closer to the BJP.
I will not get into that, but Farooq Abdullah Saab has always been trying very desperately, I know, to somehow reach out to the BJP.
Do you think that in the future, that some sort of, you know, understanding can develop between the National Conference and the BJP, particularly after the assembly elections? If there is a situation that there will be a hung house, there will be a fractured mandate, and then BJP and National Conference could ally?
I would not like to comment about that. That is for the top leadership of the BJP and not my mandate to speak about it. But as and when the assembly elections will happen, which are likely to happen soon, I can tell you with a lot of confidence that the BJP will not need to tie up with anybody. BJP on its own will form the government in Jammu and Kashmir.
If your party leadership, you know, seeks your advice as far as this issue is concerned, suppose National Conference again sends a formal proposal to the BJP about an alliance, and the BJP leadership seeks opinion from you, what will be your opinion?
I have no business to give any opinion. I'm a worker of the party, and whatever decision the party takes is a decision that is that I'm bound by the party.
And if the party decides to, embrace, Farooq Abdullah, will you be okay with that?
There'll be no need for the party to.
Suppose if the party leadership
That is
decides,
for the party to decide.
you will be okay with that.
No, who am I not to be okay or not to be okay with anything? But I can tell you this much. I can tell you for sure. For sure, and if it is contradicted by the National Conference, I can go bear with the facts that repeated attempts have been made by the top leadership of the National Conference till I know about, even post 370, to reach out to the BJP at different levels through different emissaries, but somehow the BJP did not agree. The BJP top leadership did not agree to the overtures of the National Conference leadership.
Mr. Rana, you are a political heavyweight here in Jammu and Kashmir. As we all know that earlier you were with the National Conference, you were very close to Abdullah's, and you also served as the political advisor to then Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. But what led to your exit? What were the reasons behind your exit from the National Conference, a party to which you were committed religiously?
It's a 3-year-old story now.
But why did you leave National Conference?
It's a 3-year-old story now, and I've talked about it in length. I think there's no point going back to that.
But still, I mean, there must be some reasons. You were holding many important positions in the party.
Reasons I've explicitly explained, and I feel that it was a very right decision I took, because it is the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who is a world leader and a statesman, and who's taking India to a different paradigm in the world stage. And I think it is our responsibility, every one of us in this country must contribute to this nation-building exercise of the Honorable Prime Minister, who has transformed the country and took it to a different level worldwide, and is on the verge of making it a Vishwa Guru in the third term that he is destined to have, because the people have full faith and confidence in his leadership. And Jammu and Kashmir has transformed post 5th August 2019, and Jammu and Kashmir is moving peacefully, progressing peacefully into a developed, progressive jewel in the crown of India. And I'm very proud of the fact that I happen to be a part of the party which is leading the country under the leadership of Modi Saab to take India into a different platform.
After your exit from the National Conference, what kind of relationship you have with the Abdullahs now?
I have no relationship as such with the Abdullahs.
Not in touch with them, not on talking terms?
No, what is talking terms or something, but I have never met them after I left the party.
You don't even talk to them on phone?
No, I have never had any contact with them after I left the party.
But you were once very close to them. What has led to this situation that you are not even on talking terms with them?
There is no question of not being on talking terms. We have not met after that, so never got an opportunity to either talk or not to talk.
Okay. Mr. Rana, as I said that you were once part of the National Conference, you held many important positions in that party, and even, while interacting with the media or at public platforms, you used to defend, National Conference. Tell me one thing that in hindsight, do you think that it was a mistake that you were part of the National Conference once?
I will not get into the to everything that has happened in the past. 3 years back, I left that party, and that's the past, and I don't want to get into it.
So you have no bitterness towards the Abdullahs?
I have no bitterness towards anybody in life. I'm one person who never has any bitterness towards anybody in life.
Any message for the Abdullahs?
I only
Since you are saying that you are not on talking terms with them, you haven't met them since you left the National Conference, any message for the Abdullahs?
I have no message for anybody. I am a small political worker. Who am I to give message to anybody?
So Are you ready to work with the Abdullahs in case they come back to the NDA fold?
Who am I to decide who comes to the NDA fold or not? It's a decision that has to be taken at the...
Whatever decision the party leadership takes, it will be acceptable to you.
I am a small worker of the party, and I am bound by the discipline of the party, and whatever the party decides, and the party decides in the interest of the nation, and under the dynamic leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, we are all committed to the party.
Mr. Rana, it was a pleasure talking to you. Many thanks for speaking to India Today.
Thank you, Sunil.
So that was Devender Singh Rana, senior BJP leader, clearly saying that that national conference has been sending feelers to the BJP even in the past, right since 2014, and national conference is desperate to join the NDA fold. That's what Devender Singh Rana is claiming. With video journalist Neeraj Kumar, this is Sunil Bhatt reporting from Jammu for India Today.